Que andamos con 48 Music, pariente.
Arriba la mafia, empresa SM, viejo.
No gasto mi tiempo, trabajo pesado, billetes volando, se va acumulando, carritos del año que voy manejando, morritas que de antes que ahora se arrimaron.
¿Para qué les miento? Saco a lo pendejo, pero es el peligro, drogas que manejo. No faltan las ratas cuando las atrapan, le pisan la cola y hablan de su papa.
Yo trabajo solo, cual pinche ayudante, me ayudan mis huevos pa' no tropezarme, le piso a la troca que se despedace, si traigo a la chota que verga me vale.
Yo me pinto solo para los vergazos, traigo varias armas, 4 o 5 fajos, cachas de diamantes, San Tadeo, cuida este desmadre, ando en el enredo.
Y así suena todo, veo pariente, puro hijo de García, que no compa Jesús,
Y pura fuerza regia, compa Freddy,
a huevo. Disfruto la vida, hoy estoy sonriendo, y a mi madrecita, yo soy su trofeo, no le falta nada, de eso todo veo, también pa' mi nana, todos sus deseos.
yo no quiero amigos, son todos culeros, prefiero las morras que me...
What's good, everybody? What's good? What's good? How we doing on this fine morning, everybody? Hold on, let's out the song first. One more time, one more time, one more time.
Querida voluntad de hierro, recorres los caminos que parecen imposibles. Aduéñate de una leyenda. Camionetas Toyota. Toyota. Vayamos juntos.
Okay, everybody. So you ready for this? First thing we're gonna do now, because we already organized most of the information yesterday, is let's just check over everything, make sure everything is perfect.
still hanging onto those crusty old paper posters.
Listen, I'm all about nostalgia, but your grip is screaming for an upgrade. Check this out. Come on. This is Displate, premium metal poster art. Silence! Stunning, timeless, legendary. Just peel, stick, and snap. Instant flex. Having one Displate is a statement. But a full collection?
Pura fuerza regia,
Y
viejo.
los hijos de García, compa J.O.P. Que andamos con 48 Music, pariente.
Arriba la mafia, empresa SM, viejo.
No gasto mi tiempo, trabajo pesado, billetes volando, se va acumulando, carritos del año que voy manejando, morritas que de antes que ahora se arrimaron.
¿Para qué les miento? Saco a lo pendejo, pero es el peligro. Drogas que manejo, no faltan las ratas. Cuando las atrapan, le pisan la cola y hablan de su papa.
Yo trabajo solo, cual pinche ayudante, me ayudan mis huevos pa' no tropezarme, le piso a la troca que se despedace, si traigo a la chota que verga me vale.
Yo me pinto solo para los vergazos. Traigo varias armas, 4 o 5 facos, cachas de diamantes, San Judas Tadeo. Cuida este desmadre, ando en el enredo.
Y así suena todo, veo pariente, puro hijo de García, que no compa Jesús,
Y pura fuerza regia, compa Freddy.
a huevo.
¡Otro pedo!
Disfruto la vida, hoy estoy sonriendo, y a mi madrecita yo soy su trofeo, no le falta nada, de eso todo veo, también pa' mi nana todos sus deseos.
Yo no quiero amigos, son todos culeros. Prefiero las morras que me den su cuerpo. Soy enamorado, de morro me vieron. Aunque era gordito, todas se subieron.
Viernes va llegando, me veo festejando, morras mensajeando para Instagrarnos, ya me les despido, me los guacho al rato, no estén en la calle, me los llevo de paso.
A huevo, viejo.
Muy rápido y gratis, Home Depot me entregó lo que quiero para celebrar. Luces brillantes, muchos cojines, decoraciones y hasta todo para limpiar bien.
All right, everybody.
Por la Bristol de Santa Ana, California, paseando esa Chevineira siempre verán. Y por las cuevas de Vara para estar.
average person would rather suffer through team building exercises than look for insurance. The Zebra searches over 100 insurance companies for you to find savings no one else can. Room for one more? The Zebra. We do the searching, you do the saving.
Hyundai Santa Fe contra Nissan Murano. Mira todo lo que tiene la Santa Fe, pero la Murano no. Hyundai Santa Fe, gana siempre.
Traigo ganas de ver el amanecer, de empinarme la botella y acordarnos del ayer. Linda madre, sé que ya no te veré. Tus caricias y tus besos se quedaron en mi piel.
Padre mío, tuviste todo el poder.
Damn,
Te
ain't nobody here.
rodeaste de la gente que te quería ver caer. Te prometo que yo no me detengo hasta tenerlo de frente. Pagarán los días de ayer.
Pobres morros, les tocó sufrir la vida que no es. Solo queda un trago amargo y volver donde empecé.
Hoy la vida me compensa viendo a mis hermanos bien. Y otro regalo de vida es ver otro amanecer. A huevo viejo. Salud mi compadreta. Otro.
Y hasta que amanezca, compa Jesús, por empresa SM.
No había nadie para poder vernos crecer. En la vida existe un dicho, sufrir para merecer.
Yo merezco lo que de niño soñé, con el bolsillo sin fondos y la escuela me brinqué.
Pobres morros les tocó sufrir la vida que no es. Solo queda un trago amargo y volver donde empecé.
Hoy la vida me compensa viendo a mis hermanos bien. Y otro regalo de vida es ver otro amanecer.
I bet everybody. Let's get this all organized. What's good, Louie?
What it do? What it do, Sean?
Chilling, brother. How you been? How's your morning going?
Fucking with this chart. That drop kind of fucked everything up on my chart, man.
Which one?
The big drop, like that shit make my range crazy.
Let me see.
Like, you know, it go from like 1074 to fuck, or 674 to fucking 646. Like that's
Oh.
one day just take over the whole month.
Not literally, yeah. So that's the problem. The trends now, they're starting to participate in these like trajectories where it's like it's completely stripping your ability to actually play it normally, if that makes sense. It's just making things 10 times harder. But in doing so, the funniest reality is we already have dealt with a similar situation like this in the past. So the only thing that one has to do differently here is just use the biggest trend. So make sure you have a box for that trend from the top to bottom. Just like how I do right here. Like I measured the whole thing top to bottom. And then after I did so, I basically just added the buying and selling points right after. Yeah, I'm thinking we're going to fall down to maybe 667 within the next couple hours here.
Yeah. Right before the market open, huh?
Well, maybe not right before, but I feel like you could definitely fall into that range like during the day and still perform something, you know, extreme. Because the idea is that you were doing $12 days a couple days ago, and yesterday, if you measure it from the bottom to the top,
What was it, like a five? This shit was probably like a $5 move at the most.
yeah, like 494. So if you look at Friday, the Friday move was about, let me measure it, $7.61, and then the move before that was $12. So you had a $12 move, then $7.60, and then the day right after you had $4.90. So I could still see you having some type of upside here, maybe like $1, maybe $2, because it's gonna follow this pattern of depreciation, right? So if it's 7, then it's 4. Tomorrow's probably gonna be like maybe like 2. It could be really, really slow, or potentially you're just gonna fall out the sky. Yeah. Well, it's not about just always being in the cards. It's about what's the most likely scenario to unfold in this current situation, right? And if you place that standard, the first thing you start to see is it's kind of like you're paying attention to nothing else in between. You're just looking for the fact that this market might run up to a previous high and then fall out the sky. That's all you're paying attention to, honestly. That's it. And then once you go up to a new high, then we continue to play it. But for now, every single time we revisit that previous older high, we're just gonna buy a bigger play for the downside, you know?
Yeah.
That's all it is. Come on, Louis. We're the best in the world, brother.
Waiting on 674 to show up.
Yeah, literally, that's it.
They sneaky with that shit, man. They good at pulling that shit because they wait till the moment where you kind of take a break from it. Like, okay, nah, it's gonna recover. That motherfucker fell. They want to wear us out, man. Try and get you tired of looking.
No, yeah, 100%.
And that way they can get their shit up. Yeah, I'm trying to make my charts a little prettier, man.
Well, I mean, so you have the boxes done. That these boxes that you're creating, they're specifically for that high that you were referring to, which is when SPY fell out the sky, right?
Yeah.
Come on now, Louis. Why are you getting that done October 21st? That was done October 3rd. Oh, 13th.
Oh yeah, I got a few different ones. I got
Okay,
like
so you got a few different ones. All right, all right, all right.
yeah, I got a grip of them, and I ain't gonna lie. Like if I pull up all my darks, I got this one going. That one you can't see.
Because once you do it once, you don't gotta keep doing it.
Yeah, I like to practice, man. Like
No, practice is good, but you might as well practice with doing the long term, DARPs. You feel me? So it's like instead of you practicing doing the same thing over and over and over again, imagine if your practice consisted of you doing 500 companies. Of course, each one would be a little different. Each one would get better as you go. But what I'm trying to say is, instead of just confining your practice to one company, one name, one time, you should just do everything. And then you'll have enough practice. That's how I got my practice. It wasn't by doing one company 20 times. It was by doing all 500. And then I started making them all relate to each other. You know what I mean?
yeah, all right. Dig that.
That's all. Oh, yeah. And then for the notes, brother. For notes, you got to include different variations and different aspects of the trading day. Reversal points, different, supply and demand zones. You got to include all this stuff. Because
Yeah,
if you,
I was using the supply and demand zones when I
yeah,
came up with those levels. You could tell.
but in doing so, you still have these levels here. Like the levels that are halfway, the levels that are kind of in the middle, if that makes sense.
Yep. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
where it finds its way to. Yeah, it danced up. Well, kind of rock with that zone. Yep. But that's definitely where I got the 672 from was the supply and demand zone. That's why I said it. Upside maybe the 672. And it sure did it. Hmm. All right, so you want me to mention structure points in my notes?
Yes. Completely.
Do that. All right, that. Yeah, man. You got something to do today? You said, or is that tomorrow?
That's tomorrow. Gonna have to take care of some important stuff, and then after that, I'll be ready to actually change my life. I just gotta deal with this previous situation, and then once I change that, boom. I'm ready to move on, Louis. I'm ready to change the dynamic. Come on now.
I feel you, man. I feel you.
But yeah, you seen how we was organizing pretty much the whole entire shit here?
I think I got two certain supply and demand zones overlapping each other. That's a big ass supply and demand zone.
Yeah, just check it on the 15.
Yeah, they I fucking around. To firm move, jaw drawing. Alright. Yeah, that one. Yeah, these are some big supply. These are some big zones. Like the middle line. It's too many middle lines on here. me take this. Take that. There we go. Yeah, we done got the IV down to a reasonable spot, man. Nice little pace.
Here we go.
Get up under 20, man. Can really maneuver now.
So what's your goal, Louis, within the next month? How much money are you trying to make?
Shit. Within the next month, if the market is...
If.
Man, I feel like I'm 100K. Hell, I ain't gonna lie, for like one good week, I'll be at 100K. And then next month, the journey to motherfucking 10x that.
Okay.
That's literally it, man. I feel like I see the opportunity.
So what's the first opportunity for tomorrow that you're gonna take? What are you thinking?
Oh, with the market open?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait the first 15 minutes, man, just to see if if it's making big moves or smaller moves, right? But definitely above, if it gets above 672, I'm playing calls. If it holds above 672, I'm playing calls. If it can't get to 672, then it's calls all day.
Okay. So 672, you're playing calls, and then when it goes below, what number are you gonna play puts?
Oh no, if it can't hold 672, it's puts all day. But if it gets above 672, I'm probably gonna play like a 670 call, just to have it run up to like maybe the high 674. That's because I don't put it past them pushing it up above 674. After yesterday, I think people done shook their little fear.
Okay.
They gonna start investing, and that's when they gonna pull the rug. Like you said. I like how you said you really want to wait for it to get at least a couple dollars above the high before you start playing calls again.
Correct.
Yeah, you want to make sure it's just not going. It's not going to just pull back.
Correct.
And to be honest, I hesitated yesterday because I had it in my plans. You know what I mean? And I actually spotted the call I wanted to get. It wasn't the best call to get, but I was gonna get the 672. I realized I should have got like a 670 or a 669. But 672 is what I was gonna play with. That's what I had on my thing to get. That's what I had on my watch list. I was gonna grab it.
Okay.
I mean, it did all right. It got 100. It got 100%.
Yeah.
But it also gave it back before the end of the day. But 100% is good. I would have put a stop loss. That would have covered for the put. That I took the loss on.
Okay.
Yeah. I like that. I like that planning for upside, even though you don't think it's gonna go up. You still look at it and ask yourself the question: if it does go up, how would it go about doing it?
Correct.
And that kind of set it in my mind. I think next time I'm not gonna hesitate on it. Next time I'm gonna say, "Hey man, grab that," and I'm probably gonna pay a little bit higher for it because I see the point in it, or at least the point to me is how many times has the market done opposite of what it showed indications that it was gonna do, and that happens pretty regularly. So you got to play your devil's advocate. Like if I were to make this go higher, or if I was to make it go lower, if you think it's gonna go higher,
Correct.
how would I do it? It wasn't a surge. They pushed it up early in the day.
Correct.
It ran up early in the day, and then it basically just killed value. That first run up is where my call went 100x. You know what I mean? When it actually hit the high of the day, the 672, it was already losing value.
Right. No, I agree with that.
Yeah, I see how it is, and I like imitating that. So even if the trade doesn't go your way, it's not like catching you off guard. You're like, oh damn, and I had plans for that.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly.
That was actually the hardest question. The upside was the one I really. I know it was a short response, but I looked at it. I had to force myself to actually see if this is a green day. What kind of green day is it gonna be? Like today. If today is a green day, I don't see it surging to 674. If it's a green day, it's gonna be a staircase, and it's not gonna happen before it takes at least a small pullback, similar to what it did yesterday. It had a very small pullback at the top of the orange zone. It like touched the 16 point. It went, and then it came back down. Just maybe $1. But after that, that was all it needed. Then it consolidated, and then it worked its way up to the high. Consolidated, dropped a little bit, and consolidated even in post market. And I don't even, would you call that a gap? That's a gap down. Any gap down is a gap down. Because that don't really feel like a gap down. I don't even see a gap, honestly. That's not a gap. You wouldn't call that a gap down, would you?
Not yet.
Yeah, because I mean, we got a wick. We got a wick that's going up to post market from pre market. Or we got a wick going down into pre market. Like there ain't no gap there.
Yeah, nah, not yet.
Now, because it didn't gap down, does that indicate anything to you?
Yes.
Because every day is.
It's following what it did last Tuesday. Go ahead and take a look whenever you get a chance.
Yeah, I'm on the chart now. 605. Okay, Tuesday it did gap down. It gapped down for real. Oh my God, and Tuesday was crazy. Now, with the way it responded to that orange zone last Tuesday, it touched the middle of the orange zone and ran out.
What's up with it? Okay.
Is it still an orange zone? Would you still keep it an orange zone?
I mean, what zone are you looking at? 653?
Yep.
I mean, I'm not too sure. Can you see my screen? 653 is gonna be. I already turned that one off. The only thing that's gold here is 653.44 to 654.40. Now, what I want you to do here, Louis, is I'm gonna go ahead and send you my chart. Copy this link into somewhere. Save it. Put it in your Discord if anything.
I was looking at this chart the other day, man.
Yep.
Hey,
go ahead and compare it.
Every move the market can make. This looks like fucking like an infinity ball or something. Like, man, you got every move that it can make. Okay, if it gets here and
Correct.
it goes down, it gets here and it goes up, gets here, goes down, gets here and goes up, gets here, goes down, gets here, goes up. Then you even got get here, go down, hit, go back up. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
That shit is every possible outcome of the market. There's no way you don't have it in there.
Correct.
The only thing you don't have in there, which probably I really don't see a market for it, is consolidation. If it bounces up and down, up and down, up and down. But
no, that's the consolidation is the supply and demand zones. That's you bouncing between gold to purple to gold to purple. Let me show you. So over here, when you were stuck in it, you hit, this gold went a little bit lower, ran up to here, hit the top of here, ran down to here, hit up here, ran down to here, hit up here, ran down to here, ran up back to the midpoint. These are all valid reactions that's occurring in the market. So the first thing you must do is create the outline, which is this. This is not meant to define consolidation. Why? Because this is consolidation.
It is right. It goes right.
Exactly, yeah. So if it runs above a yellow, it follows, you know, one of the trends that we have here. And does it follow one of the trends? Yeah. You literally hit the purple. You fall down to the quarter point right here. And then you start running right back up to a new high. I just don't have these lines done up here.
Yeah, it absolutely. There's no way the market can shake that. You got
Yeah.
it all mapped out there.
And then I had a long-term idea, just in case I didn't finish the lines. And I mean, just look at it. I had this idea done from Saturday, from, you know, Friday. You hit the purple, fall down to the yellow, which is exactly what you do. Hit the midpoint, and then potentially start running up higher. So yeah, we could finally run up higher here, but I still think this looks like January and December. Which means I think we're going to have a large downside drop.
I think you're missing a zone, man.
Where at? What price is this?
Nah, you ain't. 672 is it.
There's no.
Yeah, 672 is the top. Yep. There was no zone made when it hit 674 yet.
Roger that.
Where everybody at, man?
What do you mean?
No, you called everybody to the chat.
Oh, not yet. Like, they're sleeping.
Yeah, I bet, man.
Nah, yeah. It's all good. Let them rest up. We're going to have a big day tomorrow.
Object tree. Jesus Christ. Mm-mm-mm. Alright. What's going on with the euro, man?
The euro, we haven't looked at it in a couple days here. Just making sure everybody has everything else down packed, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I've been neglecting the euro too. I ain't really been. God damn.
Yeah, it's all good.
That motherfucker fell off. Yeah, I got out when it ran back up.
Yep. We were actually long right here. You see how like it's at the bottom of this little, let me color it so you can see the inside. You see like this orange triangle? We went long at the bottom of it. And you were down 12,000. We got stopped out at the bottom here.
Ouch.
And then we went long right at the bottom again with whatever money we had left. We didn't add nothing else. We went right back up to the high. Had a beautiful high right here. Sold out. Didn't do nothing. Waited for it to actually get above the triangle again. You fell down again to the same low. We went long again. And you were up around 16,000. So 16 plus the rest, it was probably like maybe 26, 25, maybe a tiny bit more. But yeah, it wasn't bad. It's pretty good. So now you're at a nice little low here. Yeah, we might go long. Might go long. Let me see something. Let me turn everything off. Sometimes you gotta turn it all off. It is curving. You could have another large drop to the downside here. That would be pretty nice. Yeah, I remember looking out my window at like fucking 6 yesterday. And I was like, yo, why the fuck is it still so bright outside? I think I was talking to Culinary about it. I was like, what the fuck? And he was like, yo, my daughter said the same thing. I'm like, oh nah. Got some time shifting shit going on over here, huh?
Some shit going on, man. It's a lot of shit happening real fast, man.
Real fast.
Like as far as the political world, man, you heard motherfuckers tripping off not getting they say they think they ain't gonna get their food stamps.
Oh yeah, in November, yeah.
That it's a lot of shit going on, man. Like they doing like I'm gonna tell you the latest. I know you don't really give a fuck about Charlie Kirk and shit. Well, this is it. All right, there's a girl, Candace Owens.
Oh yeah, I know her.
Right, Candace Owens got a gag order in the Charlie Kirk case. She's not even involved in the Charlie Kirk case. Well, yesterday, because Candace ain't said shit. You know, she normally do her show every day, man. She ain't said shit for over a week. Motherfucker was like, damn, I was thinking that they killed her. So I ended up Googling the shit. Candace just posted some shit yesterday, said, yeah, fuck this gag order, I'm about to break it. You know what I mean? Talking about she done found shit that's gonna burn the house down. And when she say that, I'm gonna tell you what Candace already feel like Israel, you know, the Mossad, they killed Charlie.
Ah, damn,